Good afternoon. I am Commissioner Brigida Fields. I am starting the CVT Commission meeting for today, Monday, October the 28th, which the meeting is being anchored in the committee room. I am now turning the meeting over to Vice Chair Maria Cabrera, who will be chairing via Zoom. Chair.
Councilman Cabrera, are you muted?
Yes, I guess I was. Let me start over again. Thank you, Councilmember Fields, for starting the meeting. I'm here. Good afternoon. I would like to call to order the meeting of the Wilmington Cable, Video, and Telecommunications Commission public hearing for Monday, October 28, 2024. I am Maria Cabrera, President Pro Tem of City Council and the Vice Chair of the Cable, Video, and Telecommunications Commission, and I will be chairing the meeting today due to the chairman being unable to make it because of a personal emergency. First, I would like to do the roll call of the CVT commissioners. Commissioner Letitia Bracy.
Present.
Commissioner Brigida Fields.
Present.
Commissioner Congo is excused. Commissioner Mona Parikh.
Present.
Commissioner Kelly Williams.
Present.
Commissioner John Rago.
Present.
Commissioner Terrence Williams.
Present.
Commissioner Bob Goff. Commissioner Bob Goff. Okay, we'll circle back if he comes. I'd like to acknowledge others that are in attendance this afternoon. Marshall Bass-Knight, Senior Legislative Advisor and CFO of City Council. John Stant, Assistant City Solicitor. And Anita Hawks, Legislative Administrative Assistant. And Ivan Thomas from DETV. If you can please review the draft minutes from the August 26th Cable, Video, and Telecommunications Commission meeting, I accept the motion to adopt the August 26th CVT minutes.
So moved.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. The August 26 CVT minutes have been adopted. Today we will be conducting new business, and we are going to conduct an interview with the representatives of the DETV Foundation regarding the RFP request for proposal submitted for considerations as the city's third-party operator, TPO, for the City of Wilmington Leased Access Television Station. Mr. Thomas, thanks for being here this afternoon. Many of your responses to these questions may already be in the RFP submitted. I asked my colleagues if you could kindly glance at written questions to avoid duplications, but most importantly, questions were framed to stay within order of the RFP layout, but all questions are welcome. Before we start, I do want to also acknowledge other council members who have joined us, and that would be Council Member Hartley representing the 4th. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Are there any other council members that I may not see that may be on the call? Okay, I don't see anyone else. All right, so at this time, we're going to go to the written questions. If I could ask Council Member Fields while I'm in between my slides, if you could ask that first question for me, please, as I bring these up. I'm working with two different monitors here, the phone and the monitor. We'll start with the written questions, and then we'll go to questions from the commissioners and questions from the public. That'll be the format for today.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Cabrera. Business background, financial qualifications. How many years has your organization been doing business as the third-party operator on behalf of the City of Wilmington for public access, live lease access, and lease access?
Good afternoon, Councilwoman. We've been TPO since 2019.
Okay.
5 years
5
to
years.
date. 5 years to date.
Okay. Please discuss the mission of DETV Foundation and the mission of the PALA.
Can you give me 1 second? I'm trying to pull up the questions the
sure,
answers that
no
we had. That
worries.
way
Yes.
we're all aligned. I'm just having a little internet situation. Let's see. I just want to make sure that we answer the same thing that we turned in. Yeah. Sorry about that. Awesome. Thank you so much, Marsha. Excuse me, Councilwoman, can you repeat that question again for me, please?
Sure. Please discuss the mission of DETV Foundation and the mission of the PALA.
Our mission is deeply rooted in empowering the local community through access media. We offer training, tools, and platforms for individuals and organizations to express their voices. We create a sense of pride and ownership. As we continue in this role, our goal is to further expand the reach of the PALA facility, ensuring that it remains an inclusive space for creativity, expression, and learning. With a vision to expand the platform's impact, DETV is solely committed to using this established infrastructure, our expertise, and our relationships to maintain the growth of the PALA facility. We will continue to providing residents access to advanced technology, professional guidance, and a platform to share their unique stories.
Thank you. Next.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Fields. I can continue now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that answer, but stand by because I might need you again. Okay, so we go to the second level, management staffing qualifications. What is your vision for the PALA station over the next 3 years? Please include in your response any ability to grow television viewership with certain genres, considering there is a movement towards social media, video streaming, etc., and the declining subscribers for Comcast cable.
I'm sorry, Councilwoman, can you repeat that question for me one more time, please?
Yes, what is your vision for the station over the next 3 years? Please include in your response any ability to grow television viewership with certain genres, considering that there is a movement towards social media, video streaming, and the declining subscribers for Comcast cable.
Well, when we came in 2019, we actually prepared for this moment. What we've done so far, what we've done was to create local programming, hyper-local programming, but to effectively put it out there through social media by using the algorithms as our friends and our allies. What we've done is we take long-form content, cut it down to short-form content, and within that 1 minute base and understanding that the social media platforms are totally different, we take that one product and cut it into 5 different ways for the social media platforms. Now we understand that people are pulling the plug. That's what they're doing. A good 85% of our audience lives online. So what we've been doing since 2019, but we really, and I'm super proud to say, in 2024, we changed our model to attack that more aggressively, that our numbers been going up. I think the last time we looked at our numbers, Our numbers for one show went up 300%. I think that's for the agenda, making our political show the number one watch political show in the state of Delaware, and that is across television and social media. What we also have done since 2019, and we coined it during the pandemic, was to focus on our distribution for those that are still watching TV. And those are still our super seniors, what we call them. And what we do is we actually purchase airtime outside of Newcastle County through Comcast, and that allows us to live stream or just show our content downstate. At the same time, we are able to multi-stream up to 30 different social media platforms, which includes which helps our reach out with there. So we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing, but we're just going to keep doing it more aggressively depending on the algorithms.
Thank you. Thank you for your answer. And yes, it is great to see that if you do miss the show, you're able to get right online and catch any one of your favorite shows. The next question is, discuss your experience and qualifications for managing a television station, particularly within the following areas: managing a video production facility, working with the public, producing commercial quality videos, teaching video production skills, marketing and selling products.
Wow. What's so great about this question is in 2019, we didn't have a freaking clue on how to do any of this.
You're right.
We didn't have a clue. I remember one of the discussions, the questions that were brought up was, one of the concerns was we never ran a TV station before, and that was so true. The management part of it, that's where we have April Johnson, who is our director of operations, and she can tell you how we manage the staff. Dennis and I will come back in and tell you how we manage the shows and the individuals that produce and facilitate that.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm April Johnson. I am fairly new to DETV. I am the Director of Operations. I came on board to try to get some control and some stability with the staff that we have on board, making sure that our compliance measures are being met, any deadlines that we have with any of our grants or anything that is happening financial-wise, that we have a complete overview of what that looks like, making sure that compliance is met, making sure that all of our staff are being accountable to their deadlines and submitting in their payroll and time on time. Actually just putting in some processes and making sure that DETV runs effectively and does what it says it's going to do in its mission statement. Working with DETV right now, we understood that there was just a little bit of gaps, as Ivan said, coming into this franchise in 2019, not kind of knowing all the logistics behind the scenes the way it should run. So now we put some compliance measures in place to ensure that we are meeting all of our deadlines and that the staff is being accountable to what we're paying them to do. So that's what we're doing on our side.
Go ahead, Dan. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, I got it. On the marketing side of things, let's talk about the marketing. What we've done for 5 years was we built the content from everything from kid shows to Good Morning Wilmington. This year around, what we started doing last year is we started realizing we just didn't have a television station. We have a communication highway and a network that a lot of black and brown people and business owners, forget just the black and brown, we're talking about Wilmington business owners aren't getting any local advertising. So we started putting together packages that will now allow us to help these small businesses advertise and market their businesses, which will bring more revenue to the city of Wilmington. So for example, we have a show called Good Morning Wilmington that airs, that actually we just came from this morning. It was a live show at 10 o'clock. And on that show, we highlighted Del Pez, and we highlighted the the Animal Humane Society, right? Gotta love the pets, right? So you could go back and watch that. But what it does is it gives these business owners and these organizations headway. And with our marketing model, what I was saying previously in the previous question is, we developed now a way that we can book in advertising slots that's affordable to allow these business owners to say, hey, this show is brought to you by, say, mom and pop store on East 3rd Street. And then inside of there, we built commercial slots so they can have local commercials inside of these spots. That will help. That helps out with our revenue, and it helps out with the business's revenue and visibility as well. For our professional video production, DETV's full production staff is responsible for creating high quality content across various media platforms, with Dennis right there as the chief technician and engineer, alongside our amazing team of experienced producers, editors, and camera operators. The production department is well equipped to manage all aspects of video production, from live broadcast to post-production. One thing that we've been seeing here 5 years later, that there has never been a market for what we do, right? The team, the organization that had the responsibility of the TPO before us was great, and they did a lot for the community. What we've seen now is what we're doing is we're employing a lot of people that are now implants here in Delaware that come from a television or broadcast or journalism background, and that's going to help us to facilitate my dream of creating Delaware's own PBS. So that's been working out well. For the aspect of teaching video and media production, we have had, correct me, Dennis, 4 amazing cohorts of students that been coming in, and the mayor sponsored a couple, and so did the lieutenant governor's office, where the kids came in for training and they left with a brand new understanding of what positive media is, how to use a camera, how to broadcast. And when they graduated from our class, they left with a camera, microphone, lights,
A full production
kit to create news and good content for the city that they live in. And that went extremely well.
We're also in the process of reaching back out to those kids because we want to know where their journeys have gone, right? Like, we gave you guys this equipment. You did a great job coming through the cohort. Like, what have you done with the experience that we taught you? So we are now reaching out to them and having them come back in and show us all the exciting things that they've been able to capture within Wilmington. So we're super excited about that.
And some of them actually, the idea is, where it hit us last year, is public access is known to be a platform. Like, a lot of people, when they graduate college, they don't go straight to NBC or ABC. What we understand now, what public access television allows people to do is to get the experience, to leave college and get that experience. And we're actually in the beginning stages of conversations with Delaware State University to teach those students so they can get it, so we can be that stepping stone for when they go out and do other things in the media field. We are tired, and it kind of aggravated us that these young students from UD, Wilmington University, Delaware State University will graduate with a mass comm degree or some type of journalism degree, and there's no market for them. So we're trying to create this market where these young students can say, hey, I went here, went to school here, there's a place for me to start here, I can stay here, and I can raise my family. So it's more than what we thought we were doing in 2019, but it's about creating jobs, and that's where our plans are.
Thank you. Thank you so much for answering those questions in such a detailed manner, and that's a great opportunity. So in the next section, we're going to talk about public access and the leased access services. Discuss any shows or possible future productions that you perceive for the TPO in the following areas: public, local lease access, and live lease access.
So we're proud to say that we have about 80% of the lease access account clients that are still a part of in 2019. What makes it really hard right now is social media came in, and that took the place of public access. But what it didn't do was take the place of TV. And what I mean by that, TV is not dead. TV is still here, and what we've done is we allowed the shows that we still have on use our distribution model to meet everyone's needs, because you still have an audience for television and you have an audience for social media. It is all about the consumption of media. How do you consume it? We found out that about 70% people consume their first shot of social media is when they're in the bathroom. The older people are consuming it morning, noon, and night. So we have to make content for those individuals on how they watch. We know that the seniors don't want to watch anything flashy with the flashy graphics, but the millennials do. So we allow the millennials to come in and co-produce with us to create that. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes. And so that would be because we have three areas: public, local lease, and live.
Yep. Live, what we do with live is, because live is still, and in 2019, I went on record saying live was a hard thing to do. Live is extremely hard, but we handle it. We do it. When we do our live shows, let me give you the reason why we do pre-recorded shows. Pre-recorded shows allow us to get back in and to fix any nuance or anything that went wrong. I'm a stickler for sound. I'm a stickler for the graphics. So we can shoot something pre-recorded, like we have an episode, and Miss Lady here is April's wearing the shirt. It's called Every Woman, DETV Every Woman. And it's a network geared to only for the amazing women that God created. White, black, Hispanic, doesn't matter. And what we do is we shoot that every other Thursday with a live studio audience. Then at 1 o'clock in the morning, we go upstairs and then we fix anything that went wrong, or just to make it sound better, change the color a little bit. And then at about 2:30, and he still asleep because that's what he usually do. At 2:30 in the morning, we are actually putting it out through our distribution model, cutting it up with the process I mentioned before, and then putting on all the different social media channels. So by Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, that show is up, hitting everything. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for the answer there. Next would be, what are your plans to attract sponsorships, advertisers, and any potential grantees to help financially sustain the third-party operator? Please be specific regarding financial sustainability.
Sustainability is a huge thing for us. It was brought to my attention in 2019, like, how are we going to be sustainable if something was to happen, if we didn't win the TPO for the second time around? So what we did was we put in order. So we have 5 shows that we're concentrating on. Hola Delaware, which is our Latino show. Good Morning Wilmington, DETV Sports, The Agenda, and Every Woman, and DETV News that we created for the state of Delaware. And again, in there, how we attract is that we have sales packages, EPKs, if you will, and I'm the sales guy until we finish putting that sales team together, which will allow us to go and sell advertisement and sponsorship per show. Because at the end of the day, these shows cost a lot of money to produce and to distribute. And then we're also talking about just any other miscellaneous fees. So one show can cost me anywhere from upwards to, say, $500 to a production fee of $2,000. So our sustainability model there is to sell advertisement and sponsorship inside every show that will allow us to keep rocking and rolling.
Okay.
And-
do you find that you're being able to cover those, the cost of the shows? Are they being sustainable, or are you still having to pull from around other sources?
No, that's a great question. I'm happy to say that we are doing good with that.
Great. That's great to hear. And I'm sure that some of the commissioners might want, have some more questions around that area. Okay, so the next question is, discuss any changes to the rate card or fees and impact to financial sustainability.
Great question. We haven't upped the rate since 2019. It's the same rate card.
Okay, that sounds great. Do you foresee that you might have to raise them in the future?
Yes, yes. We didn't want to shock anybody in 2019 when we came in, so we left everything the same. But we will be going up at least 3.5% with that, because Comcast is going up for the airtime and for our distribution model. That is something that previous producers weren't getting. And when I mean that, our reach now is, we're talking about 40,000 online, and then the numbers that Comcast have. So we're attacking a whole market that the producers previously never reached.
Wow, that sounds great. All right, discuss scheduling programs produced at the facility versus not at the facility, as well as programs produced by residents versus non-residents.
You want to talk about that then?
Most of our leased access time is on Sundays, like as traditional as it's been. We do have a couple that are during the week, but most of that is most of it is Sunday.
Most of it is Sunday, and what we do also is play it during the week, because we still 166 hours of airtime is still a lot of airtime to conquer. So whatever we play on Sunday, we usually play during the week, but we don't make any promises to the producers to say, hey, this is what we're doing. Yep. So public access programming produced at the facility. Here you go. At DETV, we encourage the use of our facilities by our local community. We offer studio space, equipment, and post-production services to certified producers who want to create content on site. Priority scheduling is given to public access programming producers at our facility for the following reasons: quality control, accessibility, and accessibility. Programming not produced at the facility. DETV also accepts content produced externally by individual organizations or producers who may not have used our facilities but wish to broadcast their programming through our platform. For programming produced offsite, there are following guidelines, which are our technical standards and our scheduling based on availability. Fees and structures, and externally produced clients, those fees may change.
Okay. And how about the residents versus non-residents? Are you seeing more non-residents also utilizing the station?
No, we are. The thing about that is, it's 95% of our that comes through lease and public access is residents of Wilmington.
Okay, great. Discuss any plans for content restrictions for programming.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that for me?
Discuss any plans for content restrictions for programming.
Our content restriction is basically what the FCC says. Is exactly that: no cussing, profanity, nudity, no hate speech. That goes across not just TV, but for our social media as well.
Great, thank you. Next question: share the process for how your entity will manage the demand for prime time slots for leased access clients.
Well, what we've done is, in 2019, when we took over the TPO, the primetime spots actually still are for the shows that were grandfathered in 2019. They have first right to refusal, and right now they have been sticking to it. And we're not gonna change that. We're gonna leave that to for where it is.
Okay. Now, if, let's say, someone were to say we're not going to use that time slot anymore, what would be your process for allowing someone that is waiting for that time spot? How would you go through trying to pick and select someone to get that prime time if any of the times are relinquished by the current subscribers?
Well, again, right now we don't have a waiting list for Sundays because a lot of people are just utilizing the social media to get their message out. But again, first right to refusal, and then if we did have someone, it is one for us to see a pilot of their episode or whatever they're creating, so we can make sure that it meets the guidelines that we stand by. After that, we go through our, when it goes to like round two, is then our technical side of things, the bit rate and the frames per second to see if it fits. And then third, if it's in, well, one, if it's in studio, or what we do is we send them a link, and in that link, they're able to download their content. And right now, how many people do we have to do that?
Right now, there are 3 producers delivering content to us with no interaction on our end. And we're utilizing the TeleView system, so we monitor it, but they handle all the actual production and scheduling. It's the way it works out. They can handle their own programming, which helps, I guess, keeps their costs down.
Yeah, and that's for and those are churches.
Yes.
Yeah, those are churches.
Okay. All right, the next question is discuss high level your financial revenue projections and budget. Share if you have any challenges.
All right. Okay.
Discuss high level your financial revenue projections and budget. Share if you have any challenges.
Okay. Based on the provided rate card, which is in the appendix, and anticipated usage, we have estimated that the projected revenue for the next 3 years, the projection assumes a combination of studio rental, lease access, additional services, usage, and community members and organizations. And the rates on the next page, you'll see our revenue source, the studio rental fees, the lease access 30-minute slots, the lease access 60-minute slots, and pre-recorded programming fees and delivered recorded programming and additional service ads, editing, photography, equaling projected value of first year $112,000, second year $132,000, and third year $153,000.
Thank you. Thank you for answering that. The next question is, what do you consider are the 3 most important components of a television operation that mostly impact success? And please share examples that you have experienced, if any, with the PALA, public access, lease access.
You said the key components for success?
Yes. What do you consider the 3 most important components of a television operation that mostly impact success?
Oh gosh, one is relationship with the community. And I think that we have done a great job with making sure that, everyone gets a chance to get heard and gets information. Second, definitely sales when it comes to the financial piece, because it rides back to the sustainability that we were talking about. And then the third, I like to definitely say marketing and outreach, making sure that people know who we are, what we do, but also highlighting the community and being a part and donating our goods, our services, and even our money to help these communities be seen.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that answer. All right, now we're going to go into another category now with staffing, the public access, lease access facility, allocation of facility resources. So the next question is, discuss your staffing and organizational chart for the TPO, and if there is sharing of staffing across the 3 types of access.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. One TPO executive manager that would be responsibilities oversee the entire PALA facility operations, coordinate with the city NCTV commission, and ensure that the facility meets strategic goals to qualifications. A lot of people say bachelor's degree, but I'm going to say bachelor's degree and real life and work experience, because now that's what it is, and you can find yourself finding someone that didn't have money to go to school for it, but actually has some understanding and the skills to do so.
Okay.
All right. Sales coordinator. Again, back to sustainability. Responsibilities to drive revenue through partnerships, advertising, and lease access services. Qualification, associate degree in marketing and sales, 3+ years of experience. Marketing outreach. Responsibilities, implement marketing strategies, conduct outreach, and maintain community relationships, promote public access services through campaigns and events. Professional video production services, such as which is lead professional video production services for the community, and this is also producer. Degree or certified in video production or media arts, 3+ years of experience in video production, and record keeping, inventory, which would be their responsibilities would be perform record keeping, management, inventory, handle facility receptions, and assist with general administrative tasks. Equipment maintenance and engineering. This is a full and part-time position. We're looking at responsibilities, maintain equipment, oversee engineering tasks, manage technical aspects of cable casting programs, qualifications, certified, and electronics or engineering, 3+ years experience, and which we just put on about a year ago that works extremely well is our social media manager and website maintenance manager. Maintain the facility's website, manage social media accounts, and promote programming and events online.
Okay. And then the second part of that question was, how do you share staffing across the 3 types of access? Are people assigned specifically to one of the categories, or they work across the board?
They pretty much work across the board. We found out in this field that you have to be more than a one-trick pony. Right, you have to. What we have right now is people that are doing a producer, or a director down running the cameras in studio, and then right after they're finished, they are upstairs doing the analytics for reporting and so on and so on. So you definitely have to be more than just a one-trick pony.
Okay, and how is it determined which studio location will be used?
So for lease access, and that's a great question. That again was a question that was raised in 2019, is how do we separate DETV, like what we're already doing, and the public access. So upstairs on the 3rd floor is the public access side. We shoot majority of the public access upstairs. We use the city's cameras, the city's all the city's equipment. I believe it's only one we shoot downstairs, Dennis?
Yes.
Yeah, it's only one that we shoot downstairs, but 99% of it is public access is upstairs in the facility.
Okay, great. And how is channel time allocated for the 3 types of access?
Actually, what it is, it's all points of access is primarily dedicated to everything under the city umbrella. DETV stuff, the shows that we created are usually online and are lastly to come on TV. Like we don't have a dedicated. There's 2 shows that have a dedicated spot, but those were spots no one picked up. Dedicated studio time slots. Studio time will be allocated separately for lease access and public access users. We will establish a clear schedule and designated certain blocks of time for lease access, production, and other blocks for public access, preventing any crossover and ensuring that both user groups have predictable access to studio space. Lease access may be priority during peak times, such as evenings and weekends, based on demand, while public access will have ample designated times throughout the week.
Great, thank you. Thank you for that answer.
You're welcome.
The next, did you have anything else you want to add?
No, I'm sorry.
All right. The next section would be capital equipment selection and maintenance. Share any plans for new equipment upgrades and specify the funding sources. Differentiate between TPO and the DETV Foundation, if you may, please.
So that is a great question, and I want to ask you that because when we came in 2015, there's equipment that we did receive that we really help or we're really thankful for. But what we definitely need is some more, like the cameras need to be upgraded and the switcher needs to be upgraded. Other than that, the selection provided a list of, we provided, let me see, capital equipment selection and maintenance. All right. Okay, so we have provide a list, brand, model, and of item or the type of item, quantity of item, cost of each item, total cost. And I believe that this list was already, the inventory for your equipment was already given to us when in a couple years, about 2 years back. Give me one sec.
Madam Chair, it's
Yes.
Commissioner Rago. I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, while Ivan is looking up any information, I just want to be clear, the question that you're asking for those viewing at home or online, there is television equipment that the city of Wilmington purchases for whoever the TPO is. So in this particular case today, we're about to decide whether to renew an agreement with this TPO. But there's television equipment that is purchased by the city of Wilmington, and it remains the city of Wilmington equipment. And then it is used for the leased access, public access production. And then the other part of your question you're asking is the difference between any equipment that may be owned by DETV. So I think Ivan and his folks have made it pretty clear over the years that I've been associated with this vendor, with the TPO, that they keep the equipment separate. And they use the city equipment for the leased access, public access, and then they have their own equipment that they use for the DETV, the other productions. But I do have a question of Ivan. I know I think he still needs to answer something for you, but my question is, Ivan, have you given the city an updated list of equipment that needs to be replaced, the city issued equipment that you use for leased access or public access? Have you given the city an updated list or a list of what needs to be updated?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
And that, I would imagine, I don't know if Marshall can answer this or not, but is that something that's being processed, Marshall?
Commissioner Rago, whatever was submitted, it was incorporated part of limited budgeted funds that we have from the CBT. And yes, some of those transactions are a work in the process.
Okay, thank you. And for my fellow commissioners, there is a tab, which is tab 21, that shows the equipment that is, I believe, unless I'm misunderstanding that, this is the city issued or city purchased equipment that is used by the TPL.
So getting back to the question, in the tab, we will see what they currently have that the city provided. And then I guess the second part of the question was, do you find yourself having to use equipment from DETV for some of the lease access? How do you separate it? How do you differentiate, I guess is what we're saying, because you do have your own equipment that you use for your programming. And moving forward, obviously having your wish list of what needs to be replaced and what can be done within the constraints of the budget.
Yes, we do. We use a lot of our equipment. Our equipment is more up to date.
So you're using your equipment as well for some of the lease access?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then.
Madam Chair, I'm sorry, but look, if I can just ask one more question about this.
Sure,
I'm just
please.
curious. I wasn't sure from Marcel's answer. Does the city have the budget? If the TPO needs updated equipment, city purchased updated equipment, does the city have the budget to purchase that equipment?
So,
I guess-
Commissioner, to answer your question, DTV was reached out during the budget season process to ask for any type of equipment upgrades that we need, because we did put aside a total of $40,000 for equipment needs for both the TPO as well as WITN, which a small portion was allocated to the TPO, and those items are in the process of being purchased.
Okay, thank you. Because it goes to the quality of the production. I mean, the TPO can only produce what they can produce based on the kind of equipment they have. All right, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Ivan, so then I guess I would lead to ask the next question is, do you feel that what you submitted and what is in the process of you getting through, because we have the budget season coming up again next year, will it suffice to bring you up to date to cover the needs of the TPO side? Or do you feel that you're still shorthanded on some equipment, like your wish list? Is your wish list complete? You have just the essentials, or is there more that you need to really give that quality production?
We can make do. I'm going to say we can make do, right? We're in this for the long haul for the city, with the city, right? We understand where the city is with the budget and everything, and whatever we need to do, we're going to do, right? Because there's no need. We're not going to be the company, the organization to say, hey, we can't shoot this because you didn't give it to us, when we have something downstairs that can get something out. I think my only ask is, let's work together to get it done, right? You guys took a chance on me in 19, and we as a team really appreciate it. And we've been able to do some amazing stuff for this city, and we want to continue doing that. So whatever we need to do to keep this ball moving for our city, it's exactly what we're going to do.
Thank you. Thank you for that spirit of cooperation. Definitely matters a lot. The next section is discuss the interdependence branding for DETV Foundation as to how to brand for DETV Foundation is different than the PALA branding, the Public Access Lease Access branding. Considering there is a DETV studio and there is a TPO studio, how are these two mutually exclusive to avoid any conflicts?
So just out of, one thing about marketing is you don't want to confuse the customer, right? You make it real simple for them. So what we just use is the call letters DETV. And everything underneath that's inside of that is, depending on what it is we separate on the business side of things. But when it comes to the branding of it, it's just DETV. A person, a client, a organization comes to us and asks for our help, they're not going to say, hey, I need the help of the TPO. I need the help of DETV. We handle more of our stuff on the back end when it comes to the separating of equipment and whatever it may be. But the branding and initial is everything is just branded together.
Okay, great, thank you. Why, in the last question that we have planned, but then of course the commissioners, if you have any questions that you jotted down, we'll get into that part next. But as far as our planned questions, why should your organization be selected as PALA's third-party operator on behalf of the city of Wilmington?
Great question. we love this city. And we went in 2019 with a goal, and the goal was to bring people together. And I feel after over 2,000 videos, over a couple million views, that we have accomplished and are still accomplishing that to make our city look good. We highlight our successes as not just DETV or Delaware Television, but altogether the city of Wilmington. So when you look at the awards that we got for being the 2024 Best News Broadcast, that's something that came from out of here. It was out of this council right here that allowed that to happen. Our community loyalty speaks volumes. The community trusts us. The doctors here that do great things trust us. We are looking to continue what we're building to make Wilmington a better place. We've seen for years how media has took a turn to separate us. DETV been here bringing us together, along with the amazing constituents, the residents, and small business owners. And we're going to keep doing it. And we're going to keep doing it at the top of our ability and giving an impact that's unlike any other through media, teaching these young kids that they can love their city and talk about and show their city in a big and better light. That's why.
Great, thank you for that answer. At this time, I would like to open it up to questions from the commissioners before we go to public comment. Councilmember Fields, if there are questions from the commissioners in the room, in the meeting room, if you could call on them, since I may not see who has their hand up, and I'll look for the ones online.
Okay. Anyone in the committee room have any questions? No, no one.
Councilmember Bracy.
Thank you. I have a few questions, actually. How many full-time staff does the TPO currently have?
5.
And is there also part-time, like, contractors, or is that just everyone?
We have a bunch of contractors.
Okay.
We have about we like to say contractor / talent. 10. About 10. Yeah.
Thank you. As as Marshall mentioned, City Council will be going into budget at the beginning of the next year, and as we also know, with the Comcast franchise agreement, the way it's been renewed, there's a great chance that the city will not be receiving the same level of revenue for the CVT Commission as we normally would. So what place, and I know you mentioned this with advertising sales, but what other fund development opportunities do you foresee in the future, as we may be making some tough decisions around budgeting, which could affect how much money the city is able to invest directly into the TPO and into WITN and the like. So have you started exploring grants and programmatic, like, so if you could talk a little bit about other ways that you are looking at how to fund DETV so that it is sustainable, so that if, for example, the city comes back when we're negotiating contracts and says, look, we can only pay a percentage of the operating for the rent and utilities, or we can only do X amount for, and I'm not saying we're going to do that, I'm just saying thinking through. We might not, as Marshall said, we have $40,000 set aside for equipment that you and WITN both access. So looking at how we move forward with less money, have you guys started looking at what that would look like for you?
Oh, without a doubt, that's in our strategic plan, and it's ad sales is one of them. Is one of the things that we're looking at. The other thing is grants, right? We received a couple grants before that helped us out a lot from Longwood Foundation, Matthew Welfare. We understand that what we have and the programs that we create, such as the DETV Kids program, is definitely something that's it would definitely help with reach the grants, to get the grants that we needed. But yeah, without a doubt.
And then I think my last question, it might be my last, I have a bunch of stuff written down here, but speak to the relationship that you have built working with the city and with city council, and how you guys plan on continuing that relationship and expanding upon the opportunities for the city to partner with the station.
The relationship with the city is great. It's funny because I was talking to someone the other day who, and we were talking about how DETV started. Actually, it was Flavor Flav. I was talking to Flavor Flav at, geez, that's crazy, right? I'm sitting here talking to Flavor Flav. And he asked me how I got started, right? The city of Wilmington, not just the residents, but everyone here remembers that white raggedy van with the boot on it. And that is the reason why people love DETV. It's not Ivan. It's all of us. And we all grew together. We grew together when Councilwoman Brigida Fields was like, hey, I'm Gray Run. We grew together when just watching other politicians, John Carney, hey, I need a photographer, way back when it was just that van. So when we're talking about growth, we're talking about a city that grew together with a grassroots, I don't even want to say grassroots, concrete model of a media company that everyone lets in their living room. And when I mean lets in, I can go anywhere. We can go as DETV anywhere in this city, and people respect us, they love us, and they trust us to tell their story and to listen. The relationship has been so amazing, and sometimes I pinch myself because people ask me, how does it feel? And I'm like, how does what feel? Because it didn't register to me where we are right now. And I'm glad it doesn't, because it keeps us hungry. Where we see this city and we see all the building that's going on, imagine, if you will, coming down on 11th Street and turning the corner to see something on the side of the building of the IMP building that says DETV News. That is a news station here in the city that we built together, talking about the greatness, the amazing people that live here. We don't have to go outside. We don't have to go to Philadelphia. We don't have to go to Maryland. We can go right down the street. That's our relationship with you guys in the city.
Is that your final question, Councilmember Bracy?
Yes, thanks. For now.
Yes. Are there any other commissioners that have a question online or in the committee room?
Chair, I have a question. Ivan, think you're doing a great job, but as far as like with equipment, think you may want to try to get a better handle on the useful life of the equipment, because as some of the questions earlier were talking about funds that may be needed to replenish some of these items. In the binder, we can clearly see where some of these items may be obsolete already.
Yeah.
So you want to just be conscious of that. And also with the co-branding, you definitely want to keep the DETV separate from the TPO. And because, again, if you're investing more funds in the DETV and the TPO, the quality isn't the same. You don't want to have it where it's blended. Okay?
Right.
So that's just a suggestion.
No, I appreciate that, and that is one of my concerns, right? When it comes to the equipment, because when you look at that list, a lot of stuff is like the cameras that we have upstairs.
Cameras and switchers.
And what?
Cameras and the switchers.
Cameras and switchers. Yeah, they're problematic. We know that they're going to go at any time, right? So, yeah, we that's definitely one of our biggest concerns, because equipment changes every day, right? It changes every day, and I'm scared that we're going to go in. Like, we shot something one day when we first started the Women's Network. We shot it upstairs, and it was apples and oranges from compared to what we have. And there was like, no way we can put this out, you know? And then, but yeah, I need to say that's one of my concerns. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Any other commissioners that have a question?
Madam Chair, I have a comment.
You may you may proceed, Commissioner Rago, and then I'll make a comment after you, honestly,
Okay.
hands up.
First, I want to thank the council staff for putting together the proposal today. That was very nice of you all to do this, because it was very easy to take a look at what we should be focusing on in trying to make this decision, and also holding the TPO accountable, since it's the current TPO, and holding the TPO accountable for answering some of these questions. So I thank you very much. I'm going to make a comment here, and I don't want to sound like Debbie Downer, but I guess I will. I just want to remind all my fellow commissioners that it's the city of Wilmington that made a decision some years ago to fund a third-party operator for leased access television. That's the city of Wilmington's decision to do that. The city of Wilmington does not have to fund a leased access station. It's available to us, but we don't necessarily have to fund it. And so consequently, looking ahead, Ivan has established a wonderful company. He has a company, DETV. It is just worked wonders. And quite frankly, the city of Wilmington's little leased access station has been the beneficiary of Ivan's work and his team's work. In other words, they built the brand. They built all the wonderful productions, and were able to at least give our community a leased access, public access television station. But here's the Debbie Downer part. It may become reality at some point that the city of Wilmington can no longer support a leased access station. And that's, I refer to the way the question's being answered now about whether there's enough money to fund the equipment upgrades that the current leased access station needs. So it's just something that we need to watch for the future. Right now, we're in good shape. And it's because Ivan and his team have built a wonderful company that has in turn helped us to deliver a leased access station to this community. But things might change in the future. DETV will be fine, I'm sure. It'll go on, it'll continue to be strong, and hopefully the leased access station will continue to be in place, but we're going to have to probably look at it from a budget standpoint for the future to make sure there's enough money to fund it. So thank you for allowing me to make that comment.
Thank you, Commissioner Rago.
Chair,
I wanted to.
Madam Chair, can I just make one comment, please? It's Marshall. I don't mean to be
Yes.
out of order. I just think
Go
the
ahead.
comments that Commissioner Brago just shared is right on point, and that's the reason a lot of the questions are phrased the way they are. One of the things we wanted to do is to get out ahead of this, since we know we're going to have like a new session of council coming in, we're going to have like a new mayor, realizing, things could change 5 or 6 years down the road. There has even been conversations with the existing TPO, because perhaps, we can have like some type of subgroup, working group to be able to work to think how we could do different things differently. So I just want to just share for the record, that is something that's being looked at. So thank you for making those comments.
And thank you, Marshall. Appreciate all your work to try to keep this thing moving. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we definitely appreciate staff, everything that you have given us to keep it organized and to wrap our heads around, around this. And I wanted to make a comment on what you had said, Mr. Rago, Commissioner Rago. When we look at where we were in 19, Ivan and your staff, and remembering seeing you out there working so hard, so diligently, with a lot of talent, because you did excellent work, and how this all came to be and where we are now, watching the development, the growth of the company, the growth of you and your staff. I'm just beamed with joy, and I'm so proud to see one of our locals really putting us out there, and the quality. I mean, when I look at the quality of the programming, when I'm in that studio, you know, I feel like, hey, well, this is like a major network out in Philadelphia. We can compete with these major networks. So we definitely, as commissioners, want to work with you, prop you up for success as you took on the charge when we were in that unknown territory. And even now with Comcast and things changing, we were able to come to some agreement to keep this moving forward. But we do have to be prudent and make plans and be prepared for the future. But I thank you for all the energy you've put into it. And I know that you go above and beyond with the DETV model, helping the TPO model and working together. So I personally am very grateful. I know that the citizens of Wilmington, which we represent as council members, are very grateful to have this medium of communication. And for those that don't subscribe to cable, to be able to access it online, via YouTube, on their phones. The accessibility and the quality says volumes of what we're trying to do here when we communicate with our city, with our audience, and the public awareness of so many programs that you highlight. So I personally want to thank you for all the hard work you and your staff and your team are doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I have, when the time permits, I have a plan. I have an idea, because I know where we are, not DETV or the city, where we are with this Comcast deal, right? And I think that the plan that I would love to speak to you about might bring some type of resolution to the situation at hand, because we know 3.5 million can go real fast, real fast. But I have an idea that I would definitely love to share with you at a later date, when we can speak offline when ready. That I will benefit both of us, all three of us, DTV, you, and the city of Wilmington as well.
Right.
Thank you. At this time, if I don't see any other hands from the commissioners, if there's anyone from the public that has questions, if there's anyone in the committee room, I'm looking online and I don't see any unknown names in attendance. So do we have anyone from the public present in the committee room?
No, we
Okay, not. Okay, thank you. Thank you for answering that. All right, so the next agenda item will be to discuss the RFP submitted by DETV Foundation to be selected as the TPO of the City of Wilmington's leased access television station. And at this point, I'll ask our CFO, Marshall, if you could please discuss and share with the commissioners.
Yes, I just want to walk through some important dates, and this just for a matter of procedures, and just for the record, that on September the 16th and September the 23rd, the RFP was issued and publicly advertised. On September the 25th, there was a volunteer pre-bid meeting and tour of the studio. 2 individuals participated and toured the TPO facility. On October the 2nd, any written questions from the applicant was due. None were submitted. On October the 18th was the due date for the proposal. 1 applicant submitted a proposal. On October the 22nd, applicant was notified of any missing materials. And of course, we're here where we're at today. One of the things I just want to mention about some of the main things that are included in the RFP proposal that was submitted. We do have the bylaws and names of officers. We have the management and staffing qualifications. We have the scopes of services and policies for the PALA. We have the staffing for the PALA, including a organizational chart. We have the capital equipment selection and maintenance information. A budget has been provided. Articles of incorporation and the EIN has been provided. We have letters of support and recommendations has been provided. The business license has been provided. Proof of insurance has been provided. The only other thing that we'll wait in receipt of is the last 2 years audited financial statements. And I just want to share that the criteria per the RFP for the parameters, that the entity chosen must be technically, financially, and legally qualified to manage a public and leased access facility, able to continue management of the facility April the 1st, 2025, experienced in business and able to demonstrate how the PALA facility can be financially successful as well as serve the public access, live, and leased access needs of the community. In possession of insurance with a reputable company having a AM Best rating of A-, 7 or better, and authorized to do business in the state of Delaware. Also, the RFP mentions preference. The entity chosen preferably have experience and qualifications, managing a video production facility, working with the public, producing commercial quality videos, teaching video production skills, and marketing and selling products. And I turn it back over to you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you for that detailed information. Are there any questions from the commissioners on the information that our CFO has provided?
One question.
You may proceed.
Marcel, did you get the resume?
My apologies. Thank you. We need the last 2 years of audited financial statements and a copy of the resume. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? All right, not seeing any from the public. Okay. Not seeing any. The next steps is to vote to select the next TPO for consideration to council to operate the City of Wilmington leased access television station. I will accept the motion from the commission on accepting of DETV for consideration to council for the city's TPO.
Make a motion that we accept DETV as the TPO.
Second.
Thank you. It has been properly moved and second on the question.
I have one question.
Yes, proceed.
Marshall, as far as timeline, once we approve this, when does it go to council?
And thank you, Commissioner, because I actually had that next. So the next steps is November the 7th will be the first and second reading for this multi-year agreement with the TPO, as well as there's some documentations that Comcast will be required to sign off on. On November the 18th, we will have a CVT commission to review the ordinance because we like the ordinance to be reviewed by the CVT commission. On December the 2nd, it will go to the Finance Committee. And on December the 12th will be the third and final vote.
Thank you for that timeline.
Follow up, Madam Chair?
Yes, you may.
You said December 12th, you said December 2nd, Finance.
Yes, December 2nd, Finance, and December the 12th, third and final.
Last question. On this, after it's, if it's voted in the positive on December 12th by City Council, is that when the contract negotiations start? Or is there a separate process for the actual contract? Or is this all included in this one process?
It's all included in this process. So come November the 7th, when the ordinance is established, a contract will be attached with that ordinance. And that contract will be shared with the CVT Commission on November the 18th.
Thank you.
Thank you. I see a hand raised by Councilmember Harley. You may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a quick question. I heard that there are some outstanding documents that have not been submitted yet. Is there a requirement that they have to be submitted by the time council vote on this legislation and contract?
And Madam Chair, did you want me to respond to that?
Yes, please.
Yes, before council takes final action, and actually I've already been having conversations with Mr. Thomas, so those documents will be provided.
Thank you. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you. At this time, we will call for the vote. All in favor, respond with aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. The motion has been accepted and it has been properly been moved. It has been voted on. So I guess congratulations are in order, Mr. Ivan Thomas. DETV will now be the third-party operator
Not yet.
again, and we know that we will expect to see great
Upon
things from
council's
you.
vote.
You got it.
Upon the council vote, of course, but we got it out of this process, and we'll bring it back to listen to some more. And but in the meantime, you made it through the first hurdle, so we thank you for your time here today, your answers to the questions, and of course we're always here to work with you, commissioners. If there isn't any last comments.
I just, Chair, I have one question of Ivan Thomas.
Yes.
Well, Ivan, you referred to your senior audience, and you gave it a name. You said, is it special seniors or?
Super seniors.
What is it?
Super seniors.
Super seniors.
Yeah.
I just want to say, since I'll be retiring, this super senior just cast a very important vote, and congratulations to DETV and your entire team. It was a very happy vote that I just cast.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
a super senior. Thank
Super
you.
senior. But in 2019, it was the seasoned senior, not a super senior.
Look at you! Look at you've aged me, Ivan.
Excellent, thank you. Well, without any further comments, I echo Commissioner Rago's comments as we're all heading into that super senior area. At this time, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It has been properly moved and second. All in favor, respond with aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? The ayes have it. The meeting has been adjourned. Thank you for all who joined us, whether at home, online, on television, and for the commissioners that were here present today. Thank you for your service. Thank you, Mr. Ivan Thomas, to you and your staff.
Thank you.
Everyone have a wonderful
Thank you.
week.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Happy Halloween.